6 o'clock it is. We will call the Tuesday, January 27th, 2026 Faribault City Council meeting to order. First item up tonight is roll call.
Councilmember Barnes. Here. Jumbuya.
Here.
Ross.
Here.
Rowan.
Here.
Vince Luce.
Here.
Teal.
Here.
Mayor Spooner.
Here. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our second item is approval of the agenda.
So move. Second.
I have a motion by Dambuya, seconded by Vance Luce. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion, that is approved. Our next item is presentations. Jessica Kinzer, City Administrator.
Yes, we have the five groups that are going to be five individuals or groups that are going to be recognized for our values in action here tonight. And so Mayor Spooner is going to be presenting a really awesome little sign that we had made. I don't think he's going to need it. So, and I'm going to read a little bit about each of the groups and ask the groups to come up as I call you forward. So for our value of honesty, we're going to start with the utilities division. So tonight we have with us Travis Craig, Tom Judd, Trenton Fritz, Brian Glenn, Nick Nagel, Spencer McDermott, and Mike Glendy. And so just to read a little bit about what the utilities division did, following a water concern, the entire utilities division showed a tremendous amount of respect and honesty by visiting the homeowner several times to investigate the issue and educate the resident about the city's infrastructure, while ultimately adding a bleed-off valve at the dead-end main near the resident's home. And so they worked and went above and beyond to make sure that they were building a sense of trust with that homeowner and did everything they could in their power to make sure they were taking care of the situation. So thank you to the utilities division. Okay, one to share, yes. So. Next up, we have Keith Walker, Parks and Rec Superintendent in the Parks and Recreation Department, with the value of respect. And Keith's nomination said that while he was meeting with the resident and interested in dedicating a park bench following the death of her husband, Keith very literally became a shoulder to cry on well past working hours. He did everything he could to make sure the ground was prepped and everything done so the bench could be installed this fall of 2025, providing a slight piece of comfort for that resident. So thank you, Keith. And next up, under the value of dedicated, we have Mike O'Rourke, who is a heavy equipment operator with the street division and also the craftsman of these wonderful signs that everybody is getting tonight. And so Mike showed dedication while working during a recent winter storm. He encountered a disabled motor vehicle. Rather than continuing his route, he showed a great deal of dedication by taking the time to check on the individual and then assisting the driver in getting back on the roadway. And I'll just add that I wasn't there to hear this, but was told that when this was shared as to why he was getting this, someone said, "What, that's like the fourth vehicle you've helped this year?" And so it's not something that was a one-off for Mike. So thank you, Mike, for your dedication. Next, the final two are actually two of our newer employees in the city organization. And so Dana Howard, wastewater operator with the Water Reclamation Division of the Public Works Department, is getting recognized for being visionary. Dana embraced the challenge of finding a way to reduce the Vivianite buildup on our water reclamation facility pipes. After experimenting in the lab, Dana was able to identify a solution that regained 1.5 inches of pipe diameter, which is a big deal, while saving money and extending the lifetime of our infrastructure. So thank you, Dana, for your work and bringing some vision to the job that you do at the water reclamation facility. And then last but certainly not least, under the value of accountability, we have Fawn Fuller, accounting technician in the finance department. For years, customers who have received snow emergency tickets could only pay with cash or check. Fawn knew we could provide better customer service and identified a solution that allows customers to pay with a credit card, even if it means that she has to walk them to a different floor. And one other thing I'll say about Fawn, so it was March of last year, I think early March, there were 10 candidates that we were interviewing for the position of accounting technician. And Fawn stood out above all others, and I'm very happy that we were able to make the decision to hire her. I actually got to hire her because that was when I was still acting as finance director and before Kendra had started. And so I'm very proud of her and having her as part of our team as well. So thank you, Fawn. And just as a reminder, this is something we're going to be doing quarterly, and just because you get recognized one time does not mean that you cannot get recognized again. So for all of those city employees out there in all departments who are doing great things and showing our values in the work that they do on a daily basis, thank you for everything that you do, and we hope to keep seeing positive stories coming forward of the ways that you are showing our values to the community.
Thank you, everyone. Shout out to this group and shout out to city staff, and thank you to all the other nominees too. There were other people that have done some really good work for the city in the last quarter, so thank you, everyone. Item number 4 is approval of the minutes of January 13th City Council meeting and January 13th special City Council meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ross, second by Barnes. All those in favor of the minutes signify by saying
Aye.
aye. All opposed? The motion passed. Requests to be heard, I'm assuming we have none. Crowd. Consent agenda items 6A through 6Q. Is there anything that anybody would like pulled?
Mayor Spooner.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve consent agenda items 6A through 6Q.
Second.
Motion by Ross, second by Teal. All those in favor of 6A through 6Q signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Those are passed. We have no public hearings tonight. Ordinance. Items for discussion. Ordinance 2601. Amendment to the rezoning map. This says Harry, but I believe Dave Wanberg is here to take care of this for us.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor and Council. This will be very quick. This is the second reading of the ordinance. This is changing from public institutional, the former Rice County Jail Annex, from public institutional to commercial. And so we do recommend, we've made no changes to that ordinance, and we do recommend that you approve the second reading, and that'll be by roll call, and then also by separate action approving the summary publication.
Do you have any questions for staff?
Mayor Spooner,
Yes.
I make a motion to approve ordinance 2026-01.
I have a motion by Van Sluis, second by Barnes to approve ordinance 26.
Councilmember Barnes. Aye. Dumbuya.
Aye.
Ross. Aye. Rowan.
Aye.
Van Sluis.
Aye.
Teal.
Aye.
Mayor Spooner.
Aye. That passes.
Should the next item be Administrator Kinzer, should the number one publication, that's usually a resolution, I believe.
Not a resolution, just a simple motion and a second to approve the summary publication.
It's listed as an
Ordinance.
ordinance.
Yeah, it says ordinance, the number of
It's an
summary
ordinance.
publication.
Oh,
You're
okay,
seeing a
all
motion
right,
to that
it's-
effect.
Okay,
It's,
okay,
all right,
okay, okay.
I get it. It's a
Sorry.
little quirky of the English language.
I apologize.
Approve the publication.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ross, second by Van Sluis. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That motion passes. Under Resolution 2026-1019, amendment of the agreement with the Paradise Center for the Arts. Jessica.
Yes, we discussed this at the January 6th work session, and what you have before you tonight are two amendments, one to the actual agreement and one to the loan agreement, where the language related to not using the building to secure debt was originally referenced. Those have been updated to basically say that the building can be used to secure debt for capital improvements. Anything else, just to be clear, anything else that they would want to do would still have to come back to you for approval if it's not for capital improvements. So that is what's before you tonight, is to approve those two items with the amendment that was discussed at January 6th.
Questions for staff? I've been thinking about this since it's kind of micromanaging independent. Good thing that we. Right, yes, John.
And on that point, that we understand that they have to do what they have to do to keep the place running. I don't want this to become a situation where they come back to the council in 5 years asking for a handout, because this is a big give.
All right, at this time, I'll entertain a motion.
Approve Resolution 2026.
Second.
Motion by Barnes, second by Ross to approve the resolution.
Aye.
All opposed? That motion passes. On to Resolution 2026-021, approval of a cannabis microbusiness. Heather, select a city clerk.
Mayor and Council, Asraf Sormia, on behalf of Stoner's Choice, submitted an application for a cannabis microbusiness at 317th Central Avenue North. They have been issued a license by license number by the Office of Cannabis Management, allowing for this microbusiness. A microbusiness license is consistent with specific license endorsements or entitles the license holder to perform any items established by Minnesota State Statute 342.28. They have met all planning and zoning requirements and currently are in the building permit process. And so once they are approved by our building officials, staff will send their application or send their approval to the Office of Cannabis Management. So staff are recommending approval of Resolution 2026-021.
Questions for staff? Yes, Mr.
Thank you, Mayor. Ms. Schlicht, all ordinances and local zoning is covered, right?
Yep, everything has been approved other than the building.
Deny. Okay, thank you.
I just want to say it's good to see another business coming to the downtown.
Mayor Spooner.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 2026-021.
Second.
I have a motion by Ross, second by Van Sluis to approve a cannabis.
Aye.
All opposed? Passes. Resolution 2026-030, execution of a contract for HCM Architects.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Tonight before you is Resolution 2026-30, authorizing the execution of a contract with HCM Architects for Viaduct Park Phase 2. And this contract is for the architectural and engineering services related to the Pavilion Foundation, the resurfacing garage, and it's in coordination with Modern Mechanical. Modern Mechanical is the company that will be doing the refrigerated sheet of ice, and so they're doing the design build. So staff recommends HCM. They were the architects on Phase 1, and so the coordination is seamless with this Phase 2. And so we ask tonight, staff recommends that you guys approve the professional services agreement for $118,000. So if there's any questions, happy to.
Thank you, Mayor. Director Alderholm Parsh?
Close. Yep. That's okay. Yep.
Sorry. Did this go out for bid, or how did we arrive at this?
So this, again, we picked HCM because they were part of phase one, and with professional services, you can do a direct.
And you feel this is competitive with what?
Absolutely. Yep. The price that they came back in is with fair.
Thank you. Mayor Spooner.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2026-030.
Second.
Yep.
Motion by Ross, seconded by Teal to approve.
Aye.
All opposed? That motion passes. On to resolution 2026-034. Annex Consulting Services Contract.
Thank you, Mayor Spooner, members of the council. Resolution 2026-034 is seeking approval of a professional services agreement with Stantec Consulting to assist with our lead service line replacement program. This is the program that we just talked about at the last work session. At that session, I mentioned that we'd be engaging the service of a consultant to assist with that project. Since that time, we met with Stantec to kind of do a scoping meeting or a pre-project meeting to discuss what this would look like. In this project, we're looking at approximately the replacement of approximately 90 lead services. As we go through our records, we are finding that some of those may not we're verifying our records. Some of those actually are not lead that we have had indicated, so that number may come down a little bit. The funding for this is eligible under the Public Facilities Authority grant that we do have for the project. That grant amount is $1.375 million. So the proposal from Stantec for $236,591.76 has a couple different phases to it. First off, starting out with the public engagement piece, so we're going to have to notify these residents of the project, what we're going to be doing, and we have to get that notification out there, so they're going to be assisting with that. Then the design phase of it, bidding of it, and construction administration. And as I stated in the memo, that it is based off of hourly rate with essentially a not to exceed amount of the $236,591. Our city staff will, at stages that we're able to, will assist with some of this stuff, like the public engagement piece. Our staff, utilities division staff, may be going into homes to get the pictures to see what the conditions are going to be for preparing the specs, and then with talking in our scoping meeting with Mark Duchesne, Director of Engineering, they may be able to provide some inspection services as well. So then any services that we would provide would reduce the overall cost. One thing with the inside restoration, we do come to some of these, we're looking at, we're suggesting as we prepare these documents and plans for the project is limiting, if we do come across something that is rather elaborate or exceptional in this situation, like we're, beyond typically these things come into a utility room and there's not a lot of restoration around there other than the penetration, but there may be some flooring or something else that the individuals decided to, improve that area. Well, we'll be looking to kind of limit that, kind of tentatively right now, maybe a $250 to $500 thing, but as we get into these, we may not even have any of these in the first phase, but until we get in these places and see what we're looking at. So with that, also briefly I'll mention that we will bring back we discussed at the work session how we're going to pay for this. We can either, it is eligible to be funded through the grant, or we could, absorb those costs in-house, but we will discuss that at a future work session to see how we're gonna. But with that, I would recommend approval of resolution 2026-063 or 034. Sorry.
Questions? Yes, Mr. Ross.
Director Black, this is a big number. Same exact questions as I asked the other director. Did it go out for bid? And assuming that it didn't, are you pretty confident in this?
Yeah. So I kind of came across Stantec is doing similar work for a neighboring community in Waseca. I heard that on the radio a while back. Reached out, looked into that. Mark Duchesne, Director of Engineering, was part of this discussion in our pre-scoping meeting, and he's confident that this pricing is fair, given, this is a pretty compressed timeline on this project. There's a lot of things that are, a lot of things going on there with it, but he's very confident that it is. As am I.
Yeah, I appreciate it and I value your opinion, but the last two items, they're big numbers. I'd really like to, for the public transparency, I'd really like to see some bids. They're big numbers. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions?
Mayor Spooner? I make a motion to approve resolution 2026-034.
Second.
Motion by Roan, second by Don Booyah on resolution 2020.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Bids, we have none tonight. Boards, commissions, reports, announcements. Anybody have anything?
Just, I'll give you a very 2-week early heads up. We are probably going to do the February 11th council chat at the Rice County Historical Society. We've been trying to work with kind of some of the nonprofit funding partners, and it will not be an evening one. It will probably be sometime during the day. I know that's a conflict for some, but that was kind of how we needed to work that schedule. So we'll have some more details. Hopefully we'll get things finalized before the end of the week and out, but I just wanted to give you the heads up that there will probably not be a 6 p.m. gathering on the 11th of February.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Barnes, second by Teal. All those in favor of adjournment.
Aye.
All opposed? We are in adjournment, but don't go.